Have you ever done a water change and then the very next day, your fish suddenly decide to breed? Your cories have laid eggs all over the glass, your bristlenoses are fanning away in their caves, and your shrimp are going absolutely nuts. You're standing there wondering, what just happened? The average person, the average fish keeper will say like, oh, I just triggered like a rain event. And that is true. But I don't think that's the whole story here. Otherwise, every time you water change, you would be triggering a spawn. So I set out to work out what's the difference. And after doing some proper digging, I found out that it is a lot to do with mimicking rain. And then there's the whole other side of the equation, which is what most fish breeders either understand or build their whole fish room around without understanding, is it removes information. Let me explain. So the first half of this equation, which is the one that most people know about, is the rain theory. When you water change, it mimics rain out in the wild. And fish have evolved to have a whole bunch of benefits in their body, in their physiology, in their breeding habits, etc., when it rains, because rain traditionally means for fish better living conditions. More food, less nitrates, more oxygen, more hiding places for their fry to hide. Life just gets easier. So you can understand why most fish have evolved to use rain as a sign to start spawning. I mean, it makes perfect sense. If conditions are improving, now's the time to have your babies. Now, if that was news to you, you're basically at the same stage that most fish keepers are. They understand water change is really similar to mimicking rain. You will remove all of the bad chemicals that are building up, like your nitrates and stuff like that, and you're replacing it with water that has lower levels of that. Next is where things get interesting. Fish transmit information from fish to fish through the water. And how they do that is chemicals. They'll release hormones on the daily. Hormones for territory, hormones for dominance, hormones for breeding, hormones for stress. They have hormones that will stop your fish from breeding. They have hormones that will only allow the male, the big dominant fish, to be the only one that breeds. He will release this hormone that slows down the growth and the breeding habits of all of the other fish in that tank. There can also be colony-released hormones to say, now is not the time to breed. And that information for a fish breeder trying to create a spawn is gold. I know it doesn't seem like it, but if you know that your fish are producing that hormone and releasing it into the water, what have you got to do? You've got to change out that water that's full of hormones. And so if you've got a colony of fish that are releasing these hormones all the time, just water change all the time, as long as it's safe for the fish and you're not water changing with different waters and stuff like that. Water change all the time, you'll be removing that information to say, stop, don't spawn, and all of a sudden, you have a spawn. That, for me, lifted a lid, because there's been so many species that I just can't seem to crack the code on. And then more frequent water changing and more conditioning was the answer all along. Everyone always says it, but more water changes equals more spawns. Now that I've shown you guys that sort of overarching concept, we're gonna dive a little bit deeper into why those hormones exist out there so that you can utilize that information in your fish room. Because now that you've got the control over reproductive hormones, all of a sudden you're God. You can choose what happens, when it happens, etc., etc. But with that also comes responsibility. Fish don't always want to breed. As someone who breeds fish, and especially if you're breeding fish for profit, the moment you go, oh wow, I made $1,000 today, you go, I might just do that again. And then again and again and again and again. So breeding is expensive for fish. It wastes energy, it wastes time. A lot of species won't even eat during that spawning or raising babies process. They'll really reduce the amount that they eat, the amount that they move, the amount that they live. So by you turning your fish into a factory with this new information, you're doing wrong by your fish. You have to make sure that you breed, and then you have cool-off periods. And those cool-off periods must take a while. In the wild, you've got spawning seasons. They'll be generally 1 season or 2 seasons of the year, usually warmer months. And then you've got seasons where they don't spawn. They just live their lives slowly when the water's a little bit more cold. And they will spend 6 months of the year releasing those hormones to say, it's not time to spawn. That buildup of those hormones in the water helps these fish plump up. Now, with that word of warning put your way, and the understanding that your water in your closed fish tank, which is a closed ecosystem, is information. The longer it sits there, the more information builds up, the more of a library that water becomes, rather than a blank slate. It allows you, the fish keeper, to be able to pull the trigger on when to create a spawn. So the moment you want to wipe that slate clean, you'll do a large water change, and it totally changes the chemicals in the water, increases the oxygen, adds lost minerals or dissolves minerals. It can remove horrible compounds that are slowly building up in your water as well, that are slowly harming your fish. And when that happens, suddenly the messages that your fish are receiving, which is times aren't good right now, times are pretty tough, food is a little bit scarce, oxygen levels are a little bit low, things aren't looking too good here, changes overnight. On a dime, it changes to say, wow, things are looking up. There's been, heavy rain for quite a while now. All that information is totally gone. Food might be a little bit more abundant. Start thinking about, maybe it's time to find a partner, time to start a family. I never understood why fish breeders went through so much water. It almost seemed like totally unnecessary water changes. And it wasn't until recently, when I did my research on the hormones that fish are releasing into the water, that I realized removing that information is the exact reason fish breeders are water changing so much. They're constantly giving themselves a clean slate. There's 2 general things in fish breeding that come into play, and that's triggering a spawn and then conditioning your fish for a spawn. Assuming you've got everything else in place, like you've definitely got breeding pairs, the habitat's okay, and the water chemistry's right, those are your 2 main levers of action. And then if you're water changing on a system, like auto water change system and you're water changing lots, that's always gone as well. So then the only last thing that you've got to control is the food, literally the feeding, and that's it. So you remove all of the things that are in the way of your fish spawning, and then your food becomes your main trigger. You condition your fish up, and then when they're conditioned enough, they'll just spawn by themselves. Some species require more intense concentration, like your L numbers. They actually rely on that slow buildup in nitrates and waste products and hormones to say, now's not the time, now's not the time. And then you trigger the spawn, bang, and all of a sudden you get lots. But most species of fish will respond the moment they've been conditioned enough and they're receiving information through their water to say, things have been good for a while now, you found a partner now, today's the day. My plan using this information is I'm gonna set up auto water changing on this new rack I've got behind me. I'm gonna be setting one of these bad boys up on every single one of my tanks. So I can literally just squeeze this, and then what I do is I set the bottom of my water changer to remove exactly 50% of the water, and then it will automatically cut itself off at 50%, which means all I've got to do is when I get home from work, come through, squeeze all of them, go and heat out some food, eat the food, come back in, and then I start filling each of the tanks. It removes so much more of the work, and these are cheap as chips. Pick yourself up some if you've got more of an operation, or if you've got multiple tanks and you just want to remove the guesswork and have more of a systemized water change system. Now, I don't want you to just go to all your fish tanks and do massive water changes on them, because every water change doesn't create a breed. Because this is really important to understand. Water changes won't create a breed, because a water change just reveals the breeders. It doesn't create the breeders. So a fish that is not ready to spawn won't. Whether you water change 100% of the water and totally remove all that information, it simply won't. If it's too young, if it's not conditioned right, if it's being bullied or stressed or anything else in that tank, if the conditions just aren't right in terms of the water parameters, if it's outside of where it normally and naturally wants to be, the temperature's wrong, if any of these conditions simply aren't met, you can perform the perfect water change and your fish simply won't care. They weren't ready in the first place. You just need to have some patience. Understand that a water change isn't creating an opportunity. It is signaling that there is the opportunity to spawn. I know it sounds really similar, but there is a massive difference. So if you take one thing away from this video today, it's this. Water isn't just water for fish, it's information. And that information is whether conditions are improving, if they are getting worse, if there's a partner in the water, if there is a contender or some aggression in the water, if there's other stressed fish in the area, if there's more opportunity to feed. So much information just in the water that it lives in. Therefore, when you water change, you're wiping that slate clear. What happens is it resets the conversation that's happening inside your tank. So I'm curious, what fish are you keeping right now that responds the most to water changes? And are you trying to breed that species? Let me know in the comment section below. And as always, hit the subscribe button for more videos just like this one.